Lucky numbers. 6 numbers to win big. Jackpot on Tuesday, 29th April, 2025. Have you ever felt that subtle nudge from the universe, those moments when certain numbers keep appearing, almost like a whisper from something greater than ourselves? In the quiet rhythm of life, the universe often speaks in patterns, and numbers are one of its oldest languages. On the journey of wisdom, we believe that even something as seemingly ordinary as a number can carry deep symbolic meaning, guiding us not only toward possibility, but toward presence, clarity, and intention. In today's video, we're uncovering 6 powerful numbers revealed for Tuesday, April 29th, 2025 numbers that may just shift your perspective, awaken your awareness, and yes, perhaps even lead you to that life-changing jackpot. But more than luck, each of these digits, like the grounding energy of 4, the intuitive spark of 7, or the transformative light of master number 11, invites us to reflect, align, and walk our path with a little more wisdom. So I invite you, don't just play the numbers, feel them. Reflect on what they symbolize in your life. What are you truly wishing for? Is it wealth or freedom? A win or a turning point? And if this video sparks something in you, don't forget to like, share, or subscribe. Because on the journey of wisdom, we're not just here to chase luck, we're here to awaken to the beauty of mindful living, one number, one moment, one breath at a time. 1. Number 35. Number 35 carries a quiet but powerful message for those walking the middle path in life, especially those of us between the ages of 30 and 65 who've seen the world shift and change around us. As this bonus number makes its presence known for Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, it arrives not simply as a digit, but as a signal of profound transformation and alignment. In numerology, 35 is called the harmonizer. Not by chance, but by essence, it combines the expressive clarity and joy of the number 3 with the bold adaptability and motion of 5, giving rise to a spirit that balances dreaming with doing. It speaks directly to those of us navigating careers, families, and the deeper meaning of life, reminding us that real change doesn't require abandoning our roots, but rather expanding them with grace. As Buddha once said, to enjoy good health, to bring true happiness to one's family, to bring peace to all, one must first discipline and control one's own mind. This is the wisdom embedded within 35, a call to adapt but with intention, to evolve but with integrity. With rare planetary alignments approaching in 2025, this number shines as a lighthouse for those ready to realign with their life's purpose. The insights of prophets like Nostradamus and Baba Vanga reinforce this, identifying 35 as a symbol of divinely guided transformation and inner nudge to trust our intuition and move forward, not with fear, but with clarity. In modern life, where distractions pull us in many directions and uncertainties seem constant, the number 35 teaches us that flexibility is not weakness, it's wisdom in motion. It urges you to embrace the inevitable shifts in your personal and professional life, while remaining anchored in your values. Whether you're seeking new beginnings or fortifying what you've already built, the energy of 35 reminds you that creativity and resilience are not separate forces, they are partners. And when we harmonize our ambitions with our ability to adapt, we don't just change our lives, we evolve our future. So, as you reflect on this moment and prepare for the cosmic energy of 2025, ask yourself, how can I grow without losing myself? How can I build while staying true to my inner compass? Because that is the silent promise of 35. It empowers you not only to move forward, but to move forward with wisdom, balance, and a heart aligned with truth. 2. Number 3. Now let's talk about the number 3, number bursting with creative energy and vibrant possibility. If you've ever felt the urge to dance like nobody's watching, speak from your heart, or turn a simple idea into something beautiful, then you're already feeling the spark of number 3. In the world of numerology, 3 is known as the creative communicator, a symbol of self-expression, optimism, and joyful connection. It invites you to tap into your imagination and trust that your voice matters. Just as a song needs both melody and rhythm, 3 blends playfulness with purpose, reminding you that the journey can be just as meaningful as the destination. There's something deeply encouraging about the energy of 3. It's the friend who nudges you to share your story, to paint without fear of the outcome, to laugh more loudly and dream more freely. This number brings together the intuitive wisdom found in deeper numbers like 11 and the harmony of 2, showing us how to channel inspiration into something lasting. Astrologically, 3 aligns with Jupiter, the planet of abundance, growth, and wisdom. Jupiter expands the joy of 3, opening doors to new experiences and helping your dreams stretch beyond their limits. So ask yourself, where in your life could you be more expressive, more open, more adventurous? How might embracing your creative side shift the way you see your daily life? Across cultures and spiritual paths, 3 is seen as the number of balanced mind, body, and spirit working in harmony to create something beautiful and real. As April unfolds and we look toward the possibility of lucky numbers and big dreams, let 3 be your reminder to live fully and express freely. When you allow your true colors to shine, you're not just chasing luck, you're creating a life rich in meaning and joy. Remember, the lesson of 3 is this: success blooms when we show up as our authentic selves, when we speak with courage, and when we stay playful even as we pursue our goals. So what small act of creativity can you say yes to today? Keep that thought alive as we now turn to the next number that holds its own unique power. 3. Number 7. All right, let's take a moment together, you and Ian, explore the deep and gentle power of the number 7, not just as a lucky charm, but as a quiet teacher in your journey towards something greater. When we speak of 7, we're not just talking about digits in a drawer, we're speaking to something ancient, something timeless. In both numerology and many spiritual traditions, including Buddhism, 7 holds the energy of the seeker, one who looks beyond appearances, listens beyond the noise, and searches within for truth. It's the number of wisdom, of spiritual depth, of turning inward when the world turns too fast. As we look ahead to Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, and think of lucky numbers, I invite you to reflect. What does luck really mean to you? Is it something that arrives from the outside, or could it also be something we awaken from within? The Buddha once said, "The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart." And perhaps number 7 is reminding us of just that. Your deepest guidance doesn't come from chance, but from presence, from intuition, from the willingness to sit in silence and hear your own truth. This is a number that brings patience rather than impulse, clarity over confusion, and the grace to move forward with purpose. So, let me ask you right here, right now, what truth has been whispering to you lately? What inner wisdom are you being called to honor as you take your next step? As we continue down this path and explore more numbers, hold 7 close as a gentle companion, a quiet signal that says, you already carry the treasure you seek. If you've watched this far, you're already one step closer to unlocking the lucky numbers that could change your life this Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. Comment below with Big Win Energy to claim your intention to win big. Don't click away, there's still more powerful insight ahead that could lead you straight to your winning numbers. Stay with us till the end. 4. Number 26. Number 26 stands as a powerful symbol of balance, evolution, and purposeful achievement, especially as we move through the unique cosmic energies of April 2025. Rooted deeply in numerology and spiritual wisdom, the number 26 is more than just a digit. It's a call to unite your material goals with your inner truth. Composed of the cooperative essence of the number 2 and the nurturing, harmonious spirit of the number 6, 26 invites you to build your dreams not through force, but through harmony, perseverance, and mindful integration of past experiences. As rare planetary alignments unfold this year, we are being asked not just to chase success, but to redefine it so that it includes compassion, reflection, and a sense of greater purpose. In the words of the Buddha, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. This quote reminds us that true fulfillment is not found in material riches alone, but in how we align our actions with deeper values. Mystics like Nostradamus and Baba Vanga linked the energy of 26 to profound turning points in humanity times when we must face life's dualities with grace and courage. In their vision, 26 marked moments when balance is restored and transformation becomes possible if we are willing to learn from our past and act with integrity. In modern life, this might mean pausing before you pursue a new job, relationship, or investment and asking, is this truly aligned with who I'm becoming? Are you choosing goals that resonate with your soul, or simply reacting to the world's noise? The energy of 26 is a gentle yet powerful guidate, nudges you to slow down, to reflect, and then move forward with both confidence and humility. This is a month to let go of inner conflict, release outdated ambitions, and walk in the rhythm of your higher self. True success doesn't come from winning a jackpot overnight, but from living each day with clarity, purpose, and compassion. As you align with the number 26, you're invited to trust the natural cycles of life, each ending a beginning, each challenge a lesson. Let this be your moment to harmonize your ambitions with your wisdom, and in doing so, create a life that's not only successful, but deeply meaningful. 5. Number 4. Let's talk about the power behind number 4, a number often overlooked, yet filled with the steady strength that leads to real, lasting success. When 4 shows up in your life, it's not just a number, it's a message, a reminder to slow down, focus, and build something solid from the ground up. In numerology, 4 is known as the builder, and it's no surprise why. It stands for structure, discipline, and the kind of daily commitment that turns dreams into reality, not overnight, but brick by brick, moment by moment. It's that patient, grounded energy that says, keep going, you're laying the foundation of something great. This number reminds you that shortcuts rarely lead to meaningful outcomes, but steady steps do. Astrologically connected to Saturn, the planet of responsibility and growth over time, 4 brings a clear message. Long-term success requires dedication, and true achievement is rooted in consistency. It's no coincidence that 4 also aligns with the natural world, the 4 elements of earth, water, fire, and air, reminding us that harmony and balance are built when we connect with the basics. So, as Tuesday, April 29th, 2025 approaches, think of 4 not as a lucky number in the traditional sense, but as your guide symbol inviting you to strengthen your foundations, stay the course, and trust the process. How can you bring more structure and patience into your journey right now? What areas of your life are asking for more care, more planning, and more grounded attention? Remember, the most powerful successes aren't always flashy or fast. They're the ones that stand the test of time. Let the energy of 4 anchor you this month, because when you build with purpose, you build to last. The deeper message here is simple but powerful. Slow, steady, and focused efforts pave the road to real success. 6. Number 11. Let's talk about a number that's not just lucky, but deeply powerful in its symbolism and energy. Number 11. This isn't just any number. 11 is what we call a master number in numerology, which means it carries an energy that's intense, spiritual, and deeply transformative. When 11 shows up, it's like life is handing you a key to unlock higher awareness, creativity, and inner wisdom. It gently pushes you to listen more closely to your intuition, to trust those gut feelings you often ignore, and to see beyond the noise of the world into something more meaningful, something more aligned with your soul's purpose. Have you ever had a moment where you just knew something without knowing why? That's the energy of 11 speaking to you. It serves as a kind of spiritual doorway, connecting what's happening in your everyday life to a deeper, more profound understanding of who you are and what you're here to do. Across cultures and belief systems, 11 is seen as a bridge between the earthly and the spiritual, between logic and intuition, between the known and the mystery that surrounds us. What's truly beautiful is that astrologically, 11 resonates with the energy of Uranus, a planet known for bringing fresh insight and breakthroughs. It encourages us to step out of routine thinking and into visionary understanding. So, if you're seeing this number pop up around you, especially as we move toward Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, consider this a nudge from the universe, reminding you to open your mind and follow your heart. This isn't just about chasing a jackpot in the literal sense, it's about awakening to the abundance that flows when you align with your purpose. What if this number is a sign that it's your time to shine, to step into your own power, and to trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it should? Are you willing to pause, reflect, and embrace the magic of 11 guiding your journey forward? Thank you for tuning in to today's video on the 6 lucky numbers to help you win big this Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. It truly means a lot to have you here as part of this growing community. Whether you're just feeling curious or seriously hoping for a jackpot breakthrough, we're glad to be on this journey with you. We'd love to hear from you. What number do you feel connected to? Or if you're not sure what to say, just drop a comment saying, "I'm feeling lucky," if you're new here, or "Luck finds me," if you've been following for a while. Your interaction not only lets us know you're here, it also fuels this channel with positive energy. Alright, let's keep the good vibes flowing, ready to see what luck has in store. Let's dive in. Practical steps to unlock lasting wealth. We often think wealth is all about money and possessions, but true, lasting wealth begins in the mind. It's not just about what you have, but how you think, how you live, and how at peace you feel with yourself. In this guide, we'll explore 6 practical steps rooted in Buddhist wisdom to help you build real abundance from mindset and integrity to wise work, spending, generosity, and inner peace. These steps aren't about chasing more, they're about living with clarity, purpose, and balance. Because when your values guide your actions and your heart is steady, you don't just grow richer, you grow freer. Let's begin the journey. Number 1. Cultivate the right mindset, right view. Wealth does not begin in our bank accounts, it begins in the mind, in the subtle yet powerful realm of our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions. If we constantly see the world through a lens of lack, comparison, or fear of not having enough, we can find ourselves feeling poor even when our basic needs are fully met. This is why the first and most essential step toward lasting wealth is cultivating the right mindset, or as the Buddha called it, right view. It's the foundation from which all wise action flows. When we learn to shift our inner narrative from scarcity to sufficiency, from anxiety to appreciation, we begin to unlock a kind of abundance that isn't tied to the numbers in our accounts, but to the richness of our experience. A simple yet powerful daily practice is to pause and reflect on what we already have: our health, our loved ones, our shelter, even the food on our table. As the great Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "Because you are alive, everything is possible." Gratitude is not about denying hardship or pretending life is perfect. It is about choosing to see clearly and to honor what is present and good. When we train ourselves to recognize blessings, even in small things, we begin to dissolve the illusion that more is always better. That's when mental space opens up, allowing for a deeper and wiser kind of wealth to emerge, not driven by greed or comparison, but by clarity, purpose, and peace. In modern life, where messages of inadequacy and consumerism flood our screens and minds daily, choosing to reframe our mindset is an act of inner rebellion and empowerment. Instead of asking, "How much more do I need to feel secure?" we might ask, "What is truly enough for me to live meaningfully?" This simple question can realign our goals with our values and prevent us from endlessly chasing the horizon. The Dalai Lama reminds us, when you are discontent, you always want more. But when you practice contentment, you can say to yourself, "Oh yes, I already have everything that I really need." This does not mean giving up ambition or resigning ourselves to less. It means grounding our pursuit of wealth in wisdom, not fear. It means letting go of the noise and tuning in to what truly matters. A wise person builds wealth not just for the sake of accumulation, but to uplift their family, to support their community, and to bring peace to their own heart. As we continue this journey together, remember that your mindset is the soil in which the seeds of abundance are planted. Tend to it with care. Each day, take a moment to name 3 things you're grateful for, and notice how your energy shifts. When challenges arise, return to your center and breathe. Wealth flows more freely to those whose minds are open, steady, and rooted in enoughness. In the words of the Buddha, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life." True prosperity is not separate from our spiritual well-being. It is born from it. So as you walk this path, let right view be your compass. Will guide you through uncertainty, help you make wiser decisions, and allow you to build a life that is both materially stable and spiritually rich. Number 2, speak and act with integrity. Let's talk about something deeply powerful when it comes to building true and lasting wealth: integrity. You see, it's not just about how much money you make, but how you make it. In Buddhist wisdom, this idea is captured in the practices of right speech and right action, both of which are part of the Noble Eightfold Path. What this means in your daily life is that the words you speak and the actions you take have the power to either uplift or destroy not only your wealth but your inner peace. Wealth gained through dishonesty or by causing harm may fill your bank account for a while, but it empties your heart. It breeds anxiety, restlessness, and fear of being exposed. On the other hand, wealth built on truth, fairness, and ethical actions brings something even more valuable: peace of mind and a deep sense of fulfillment. So ask yourself, are your words and actions in alignment with your values? Every time you speak, whether it's to a customer, a co-worker, a client, or a stranger, are your words sincere? Are they helpful? Avoid gossip, manipulation, or saying things just to get ahead. It's a short-term game that leads to long-term suffering. And when it comes to your work or business, honesty should be non-negotiable. Deal fairly. Deliver what you promise. If you say you'll do something, follow through. If something goes wrong, take responsibility. This isn't just about being a good person, it's about building a foundation others can trust. People can sense authenticity, and over time, trust becomes your greatest asset. Now let's look at your career, or the way you invest your time and energy. Are you involved in work that respects life, that contributes to society, and that you can truly be proud of? Or are you chasing profit in ways that silently eat away at your conscience? Aligning your work with your personal values isn't always easy, but it's worth it. Because real wealth is not just financial, it's the kind of success that lets you sleep peacefully at night, knowing your hands and heart are clean. Think about it. What kind of legacy are you building with the choices you make today? When you look back years from now, will you be proud of how you got where you are? A life lived with integrity isn't always the fastest route to success, but it is the most stable and rewarding. The winds of the world may shift, markets rise and fall, businesses come and go, but when your foundation is solid, you won't be shaken. As the Dhammapada teaches, better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Let your speech be that word. Let your actions be rooted in wisdom. This is the kind of wealth that doesn't fade. So here's the lesson. Lasting wealth doesn't come from clever tactics or shortcuts. It flows from living in truth, walking with integrity, and building something meaningful that aligns with your highest values. Speak with care, act with kindness, and always remember, the way you earn your wealth is just as important as the wealth itself. Number 3. Work diligently. Right livelihood and effort. Let's take a moment to talk about something that touches all of us: wealth. Not just in the form of money, but in terms of stability, self-respect, and the ability to take care of ourselves and the people we love. You see, the Buddha never said wealth was wrong. What he pointed to was the suffering that comes from being attached to wealth when we chase it blindly, or when we tie our happiness so tightly to money that we lose our inner peace along the way. So, what does it really mean to pursue wealth in a way that brings lasting contentment, not just temporary pleasure? It begins with this principle: work diligently, through what in the Buddhist path is known as right livelihood and right effort. These aren't just spiritual buzzwords, they're practical, grounded ideas that can change the way you approach your career, your goals, and your relationship with money. Let's start with right livelihood. Ask yourself this: does the way you earn your living reflect your values? Does it contribute to the well-being of others, or does it harm or exploit? The Buddha encouraged honest work that lifts others up, that creates real value in the world, and that allows you to sleep peacefully at night. And when we work in alignment with our conscience, not only do we feel more fulfilled, but our efforts seem to carry a deeper sense of purpose. Now, here's something you might want to reflect on. Are you proud of the energy you're putting into the world through your work? If not, what small step could bring you closer to a more honest and meaningful path? Alongside that, we have right effort, the determination to stay consistent, to grow, and to keep going even when the results don't come right away. In our fast-paced world, we're often sold the fantasy of instant wealth, flashy investments, shortcuts, side hustles that promise overnight success. But here's the truth. Most people don't tell you those quick wins often cost more than they give. They steal your focus, they drain your discipline, and they pull you further away from building something real. So I invite you to ask, are you chasing something quick, or are you building something strong? There's a big difference between the two, and only one leads to peace. The path of steady, patient work may not be glamorous, but it is incredibly powerful. When you offer genuine value to others through your skills, when you stay curious and keep learning, when you quietly get better at what you do day by day, you're not just earning money, you're earning trust, confidence, and freedom. And over time, those things compound in a way no shortcut ever could. Isn't it true that the most fulfilling things in life relationships, personal growth, self-respect are also the ones that require time, care, and effort? So I'll leave you with this. What does lasting wealth mean to you, beyond just numbers in a bank account? Could it be the freedom to live with integrity, the joy of mastering your craft, the peace of knowing you've contributed something meaningful to the world? True wealth isn't about chasing more, it's about becoming more. And when you build it on the foundation of honest work, steady effort, and alignment with your values, you'll find that what you create is not just profitable, but profoundly enriching for you and for everyone you touch along the way. True wealth is built through honest work, constant effort, and staying true to your values. Comment: true success requires patience. To affirm that you agree with this. Number 4. Spend and save wisely. One of the timeless teachings of the Buddha that still speaks powerfully to our modern lives is the principle of wise living through balanced financial habits. He spoke highly of the householder who earns their income through honest means, enjoys their wealth in moderation, saves with awareness, and gives with a generous heart. In today's world, where consumerism constantly pushes us towards spending more, owning more, and upgrading constantly, this ancient wisdom becomes even more relevant. To spend and save wisely doesn't mean to live in scarcity, or fear it means to live with clarity. It starts by developing a habit of saving a portion of your income, no matter how much or how little you make. This is not just about creating a safety net. It's about cultivating discipline and self-respect. When you save mindfully, you're telling yourself, I care about my future. I trust in slow growth. At the same time, it's essential to avoid unnecessary debt whenever possible, especially the kind that is driven by impulsive desires or the need to keep up appearances. Debt, when misused, becomes a chain that binds not only our bank accounts but our peace of mind. The key is to shift our focus from status to substance, from what impresses others to what truly nourishes us. That's why wise investment is not just about stocks or real estate. It's about putting your time, energy, and money into things that bring lasting value. Invest in your health, because wealth is meaningless without well-being. Take care of your body, eat mindfully, move regularly, and get enough rest. Invest in your learning, because the world is changing rapidly, and lifelong learning helps us stay relevant, curious, and open. Whether it's a course, a book, or a conversation with a mentor, every bit of knowledge enriches your inner wealth. And above all, invest in meaningful relationships. True wealth is the warmth of genuine connection, the kind that doesn't just make life bearable, but deeply beautiful. As you begin to spend with more awareness, you'll notice that much of what we think we need is actually noise. Simplicity, in this light, isn't about depriving yourself. It's about clearing the clutter so you can focus on what truly matters. A life that is rich in values, love, and purpose is far more fulfilling than one full of things but empty of meaning. And this is where generosity naturally flows in. When you spend and save wisely, you make room to give, not out of guilt or pressure, but from a place of abundance. Even a small act of giving, when done with joy, multiplies your inner wealth. So, in a world that glorifies fast success and flashy displays, choose the path of steady growth and silent strength. Let your wealth be a reflection of your inner harmony, not your outer hustle. By doing this, you create not just financial stability, but a lasting sense of peace and prosperity for yourself and for the lives you touch. Number 5. Give generously. Let's talk about something that might seem simple on the surface, but holds incredible power when it comes to building lasting wealth, not just in your bank account, but in your heart, your relationships, and your overall life. This step is one of the foundational teachings in Buddhism. Give generously, what we call dana, the first of the 10 paramis or perfections. Giving isn't about losing what you have. It's actually the opposite. Giving opens up your life. It opens your heart. And most importantly, it opens up the flow of abundance. When you give, you're not just handing something away. You're making space for something greater to come in. It's a powerful shift when you move from a mindset of holding on tightly to one of letting go freely. You begin to break the grip of greed. And when greed loosens, peace and freedom start to grow. You don't need to be wealthy to practice generosity. Generosity is not limited to money. It can be as simple as offering your time, your energy, your presence, or your attention. Sometimes, the most generous act is really listening to someone without judgment, or being fully present when someone needs you. Think about this. When was the last time someone gave you their undivided attention? How did that feel? Giving in this way creates something deeply valuable. It builds trust, connection, and compassion. And from a Buddhist perspective, it also creates punya, or merit, a kind of invisible wealth that ripens over time and shows up as well-being, peace, or opportunities that seem to arrive when you need them most. We often associate wealth with accumulation, but the Buddha teaches us that true wealth comes from circulation. When we give, we keep energy moving, and life responds by giving back in ways we don't always expect. There's a beautiful line that captures this truth. Giving is not a loss, it's an opening. That's not just a poetic idea, it's a practical one. When we open ourselves to give, we also open ourselves to receive. But the key here is that we don't give to get, we give, because giving itself is an expression of abundance. It tells the world and ourselves that we trust there is enough. And when you trust that, life becomes less about fear and more about flow. Now, ask yourself, where in your life can you practice generosity today? Is there someone who could use your help, even in a small way? Could you offer a kind word, a small donation, or just a moment of your time to someone who really needs it? This isn't about grand gestures. It's about small, sincere acts that come from the heart. And every time you choose to give, even when it's inconvenient, you're watering the seeds of lasting wealth in your life. Generosity creates emotional and karmic wealth. It expands your capacity to love, to connect, and to feel at peace with yourself and the world. So don't underestimate this first step. It might seem quiet, even humble, but in truth, it is the root of every other kind of abundance. The more you give from the right place, the more you grow in inner richness. And that kind of wealth can never be taken away. Key takeaway: giving is not just a virtue, it's a practical tool for dissolving scarcity, building emotional well-being, and inviting true prosperity into your life. Start where you are, give what you can, and trust that each act of generosity is a step toward a more open, abundant you. Number 6. Protect inner wealth. Let me ask you something. Have you ever reached a goal you thought would make you happy? Maybe a promotion, a certain amount in your bank account, or a new possession, only to feel restless again soon after? It's a common experience, and it points to a truth we often overlook. Outer wealth means little if inner peace is missing. You might have everything others admire, but if you're constantly stressed, anxious, or emotionally drained, then what's the real value of your success? True wealth isn't just about what's in your wallet, it's also about what's happening in your heart, your mind, and your spirit. And that's why protecting your inner wealth through mindfulness and meditation isn't just a nice idea, it's essential. You see, mindfulness isn't some mystical concept reserved for monks in faraway mountains. It's simply the practice of being fully here, now, in your life as it is. When you take even 5 or 10 minutes a day to meditate, to pause, to breathe, to just be, you're making a powerful choice. You're choosing not to be swept away by every thought, every worry, every desire that tugs at your attention. And believe me, in today's world, with its constant distractions and pressure to always do more, be more, achieve more, that's no small act. It's an act of inner strength. Have you noticed how often we chase things thinking they'll satisfy us, only to feel empty again once we get them? That cycle of craving and dissatisfaction, Buddhism calls it tanha, or thirst, can quietly drain your life energy. But when you begin to observe those desires mindfully, something changes. You start to see which ones are real and which are just noise. You start to notice, do I really need this, or am I trying to fill an inner void with outer things? This kind of honest self-reflection is a form of inner wealth, because clarity is power. And let's be real, chasing endlessly after success without caring for your mental well-being is like building a beautiful house with a crumbling foundation. You might impress people on the outside, but inside, things are fragile. That's why I believe, and I say this not just from study but from experience, that mindfulness is the wealth that protects all other forms of wealth. Without it, we're vulnerable to burnout, to dissatisfaction, to feeling lost even when we appear to be winning. So how can you start today? Just sit quietly for a few minutes. Close your eyes if that helps. Follow your breath. When your thoughts wander, gently bring them back. Don't try to force anything. Just notice. Over time, you'll begin to sense a stillness within you that doesn't depend on your bank balance, your career progress, or other people's approval. That stillness is your treasure. It's always been there, perhaps hidden, but never gone. I want to leave you with a question to sit with. What is one desire you're constantly chasing, and what do you really hope it will bring you? Not what it looks like on the outside, but what it promises to deliver on the inside. Is it peace? Is it self-worth? Is it freedom? When you can name that, you've taken the first step in transforming your relationship with wealth from something you chase endlessly to something you cultivate within. This is the heart of lasting abundance, C-note, the kind that fades with market trends, but the kind that deepens with time. So, as we move forward, let's remember, outer wealth may open doors, but inner wealth keeps us grounded, wise, and truly free. There you have its 6 powerful numbers to guide your luck and intuition this Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. Whether you're drawn to the grounded energy of 4, the intuitive light of 11, or the transformational power of 35, remember this: true luck begins when we align with purpose. Stay open to insight and walk forward with intention. If this video sparked something in you, helped you reflect, or simply made you smile, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom. And be sure to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming insights and spiritual guides to abundance, peace, and deeper meaning. Drop a comment below with your favorite number from today's video. Simply say, "I'm feeling lucky" if you're new, or "Luck finds me" if you've been walking this path with us for a while. Your voice helps grow this beautiful community, and we're truly grateful you're here. Until next time, may your steps be steady, your heart be open, and your journey be guided by wisdom.